Seriously?
Hey guys, and welcome to this Orc Tactics video with myself, 6+ Stevo. We are now at the last of the aircraft. If you want to see the other ones, there'll be a link popping up in the corner of the screen now for you to go and check out one of the other aircraft. We've done the Dakar Jet, we've done the Wazbom Blaster Jet, and we've done the Blitza Bomber. Now we are on to the alternative bomber, the Burna Bommer. Now this thing comes in at 125 points. It is only 10 points more expensive than the Blitza Bomber. Are those 10 points worth it? Spoilers, yes, but let's get into it and take a look at this thing. So movement 20+, toughness 9, 3+ save, 12 wounds, leadership 7, and an objective control of 0. It is armed with twin big shooter, twin super shooter, and an armoured hull. And this model can be equipped with a Scorcher missile rack, and you're definitely going to want to do that, as we will find out in a moment as we look through the abilities. It has Deadly Demise D3, and it has the special rule Burna Bomb. Each time this model ends a normal move, you can select one enemy unit it moved over during that move. Until the end of the turn, models in that unit cannot have the benefit of cover. In addition, roll 1d6 for each model in that unit. For each 6, that unit suffers 1 mortal wound. Burner bombs are lovely. Absolutely lovely. Now, we looked at the boom bomb on the Blitza Bomber last time, and it's quite good. 4+ to throw out d6 mortal wounds. I think this thing, though, if you're firing against infantry, is going to be so much better, particularly if they're large mobs of infantry. If you fly over a unit of 20, you're getting 20 dice to roll, and for every 6, you're throwing out a mortal wound. So there is a potential there to throw out a shit ton of mortal wounds. Now, against vehicles and things, obviously going to be fairly ineffective. It's going to be pretty useless, really. That's where your Blitzer Bomber comes in. But this thing, anti-infantry bomber, yeah, really, really nice. And the fact it takes away their cover as well, and that's what it does. It strips the cover from them for the remainder of that turn. So then later on in the shooting phase, other units are going to benefit from that and be able to shoot at them with no cover saves. So yeah, even if it doesn't do any damage, it still served its purpose by stripping away their cover. So yeah, really, really cool ability, and I think that's really fluffy as well. Dropping like napalm, bombs on the army. It's going to burn up whatever building or bit of cover they're behind. They're going to need to get out of there, and this is essentially what sort of flamer type weapons are used for a lot in wars, to like flush people out of cover. So I think that's really fluffy, good, useful rule, and I thoroughly approve. Damaged, 1 to 4 wounds remaining, same as all the other flyers, subtract 1 from the hit roll, and it also comes with a 6+ invuln save. So let's look at these weapons it's armed with. It's got the twin big shooter, rapid fire 2, twin linked. So again, better than the Blitzer Bomber before, because that just had a regular big shooter. It does say range 18 inches, but that has been fixed in like the update or the FAQ, so you can ignore that ridiculousness. It does have a proper big shooter range. 3 attacks, ballistic skill 5+, strength 5, AP nothing, damage 1. Twin linked is nice, so you can re-roll the wounds, so it makes that a bit more efficient. The twin super shooter we know and love. Rapid fire 2, sustained hits 1, twin linked, 36-inch range, 4 attacks, ballistic skill 5+, strength 6, AP -1, damage 1. And then the Scorcher missile rack, the optional extra that you would be absolutely mental not to put on this thing, has the keywords blast and ignores cover. So again, if you've got an army that really likes to dig in as your opponent, this thing's going to be useful. Attacks 2d6, 36-inch range, ballistic skill 5+, strength 5, AP -1, lovely jubbly, and damage 1. So yeah, this is good. You strip away their cover, you get an AP -1, You get quite a lot of attacks. You know, random, you could just get 2 if you roll Snake Eyes, but you could equally get 12, which would be lovely. Yeah, it's got some nice shooting on it. The shooting is better than the Blitza Bomber. You've got that Scorcher missile rack and a twin big shooter, rather than just a super shooter and a big shooter. Yeah, good stuff, good stuff. Melee weapons, armoured hull, just like all the others. 3 attacks, weapon skill 4+, strength 6, no AP, and damage 1. So yeah, the Burna Bomber, I think, on the whole, and I think most people agree, is just the better option than the Blitza Bomber. You know, obviously, against vehicles, this thing's not going to be the Mae West. It's just not. But against a lot of other stuff, infantry things and stuff, it's going to be really good. It's a good infantry killer. It's got some nice shooting, so you're not just relying on its bombs. You've got some nice Dakka there as well. Obviously not as much as the WAS bomb or the Dakka jet, but then they are a bit more expensive. But yeah, for 10 points more, I think it's well, it's better than the Blitza Bomber anyway, isn't it? But is it any good? Because it still does suffer the same problems that the Blitza Bomber had with not being able to use them bombs until turn 3, which that kind of sucks. That does kind of suck. You're going to be wanting to drop them a lot earlier than that. You know, by turn 3, you could already be on the fence and like losing the game. So yeah, I don't know. It's, you know, it's cool. Can I recommend it? I can recommend it probably more than the Blitza Bomber. And I can recommend it for the cool factor. But essentially, if you're going into any kind of remotely competitive game, then I think don't bother with the bombers. Yeah, I wouldn't bother with them. Although with this one, I think it's more worth bothering with because you've got, you know, that shooting to fall back on as well. And then you could treat the burner bombs as like a little Brucey bonus. So there you go, guys. But there you go. We've done all 4 of the flyers now. I want you in the comments section now to tell me exactly which one of the 4 flyers is your favourite and why. Get on that right now. Smash the like button. If you haven't done the subscribe button yet, then what are you playing at, you gits? Get that button hit right now, and check out that join button as well. Check out that, you know, have a little peruse of that. But there you go. That's all the aircraft done. What are we doing next? Well, why don't we continue on this airborne assault as we then take a look at next time the Death Copters. See you then, guys. This is 6+ Stevo signing out.